Hey people, it's Niyas talking. So this is another Black Heroes video. This is Roy Innis, 1934 to 2017. Roy Emilio Alfredo Innis is the current National Director of the Congress for Racial Equality. He is a controversial civil rights activist whose conservative stance on many issues continues to draw national attention. Innis was born in the U.S. Virgin Islands on June 6, 1934. He attended public schools in New York before joining the Army and fighting the Korean War. Upon returning to the U.S., Innis attended the City College of New York, majoring in chemistry. In 1963, Innis joined CORE's Harlem chapter. Innis rose quickly through the ranks, and in 1964, he was elected chairman of the chapter's education committee. Innis strongly advocated the Black Power movement, pushing for African American control of their communities, economy, and educational systems. In 1965, he was elected chairman of CORE's Harlem chapter. As chairman, Innis campaigned for the establishment of an independent board of education in Harlem. In 1967, Innis and 9 other African American men formed an investment corporation known as the Harlem Commonwealth Council, HCC. The HCC's long-term goal is to create stability and an economic uplift in Harlem. The HCC, under the leadership of Innis, is widely known as a highly successful model of economic development within an African American community. Innis also founded and served as a co-editor of the Manhattan Tribune newspaper. In 1968, Innis was elected to replace Floyd McKissick as the national director of CORE. This made him the third person in history to hold this position after founder James Farmer, 1942 to 1966, and Floyd McKissick, 1966 to 68. In this same year, Innis helped draft the Community Self-Determination Bill, the first measure crafted by an African-American group and introduced into Congress. As CORE National Director, Innis was invited to attend the Organization of African Unity meeting in 1973 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This signaled the first time in OAU history that a non-African was allowed to attend in an official capacity. And this is another thing. Just that statement alone is insulting. Like, how are black people outside of Africa not considered African? You know, a white person born in America doesn't stop being a European. Upon his return to the United States, Innis worked to improve African-American economic, cultural, and political ties. Roy Innis entered politics in the 1980s as a political conservative. He led anti-drug, anti-crime campaigns in New York City, partly because 2 of his sons were killed in street violence. In 1986, he mounted an unsuccessful challenge of incumbent Brooklyn Congressman Major Owens because of his liberal record. In 1993, Roy Innis ran unsuccessfully against incumbent David Dinkins for New York City's Democratic Party mayoral nomination, and later appeared at fundraising events for his opponent Rudolph Giuliani, a Republican. In 1998, Innis joined the Libertarian Party and briefly considered running for governor of New York. Innis' other affiliations include the Coalition for Fairness to Africa, the Hudson Institute, the American Alliance for Better Schools, National Ethnic Coalition of Organizations, and the African American Fund for Higher Education. Innis is also an associate member of the Fraternal Order of the Police, and serves on the National Board of the National Rifle Association. Now, one of the reasons why I put this up is thanks to Pro Black Vote Free, is he talked about how Roy Innis was also a staunch opponent of desegregation and believed that in having separate black institutions, but people like Roy Innis, along with Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, and the Nation of Islam, were disregarded by Black America, Tijuana Black Americans, and in favor of Martin Luther King's desegregation push and the desire to integrate with white America, which has led to the complete destruction of the Tijuana Black American economic base. Anyway, I'm going to leave Black Past's article in the description. If you'd like to support this channel, leave my Cash App. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave that there as well. If you want to buy one of my t-shirts, I'll leave that there as well. Peace.